Hi, it's Layla. How you doing? Doing okay. I decided to move the venue. I'm back against my the wall again. I think I'm a bit more comfortable here. I got notes. First thing is I finished my Faith and Hope cross stitch. It's all done. I actually enjoyed it. The border, this border right here, was difficult. It seemed simple, but it was difficult. Once I broke it down, it was simple, but it was still difficult. And this right here, over here, that, I have to do those corners like 3 or 4 different times. Over and over again. Hold on a second.
You have to go.
Okay. See, and this over here, these corners, they were difficult for me. They were. But the bird here, I didn't put the scroll in the bird. It's supposed to have some scroll work, but I didn't do it for 2 reasons. Number 1, Mama was not sure that she actually liked it. And number 2, the bird, I had to fudge a little. It was off by a stitch or 2, so I was like, no, I'm not putting that scroll work in there because then I'd have to fudge the scroll work. And, no. That was just, no. I wasn't doing that. I got the border done really good, but no, I wasn't doing the scroll work in the bird. The good news was that Mama wasn't sure that she really liked it. Thankfully. And then I got back to doing my Japanese garden. I moved the scroll frame. I'll try to insert a picture of what it looks like with this all of this finished. With the, this side as well, before I move the scroll frame. I should be able to do that, so I'll try to insert it here. But, for the past couple of days, I've been working on cross-country parking. That's what I call it. I call it cross-country parking. I'll take a thread, and I'll fill up all in the square with that thread, that color, and then I park it in the next square where it shows up. Or sometimes it was like I was right here and it parked all the way down here. But basically that's what I do. I fill the color up, all the color in the circle, in the square that calls for that particular all the stitches in the box calls for that specific color. Then I move the thread to where it next shows up, and I park it there. So it's cross-country parking. Did it the way that Carolyn Mazzio showed her parking technique. She just called it parking, but I call it cross-country parking. Oh, here. Let me move all this out of the way and you can see it. Oh, look, I'm getting good. I'm happy. So there's that, and I'm doing pretty good on that. And, Friday was payday, so I put a bunch of, stitchy orders in. Looking forward to them coming in the mail, and I'll probably open them in the mail. I'll probably open them when I get them because they're not all coming in one order. So I'm going to open them when I get them. But when I get everything, I'm going to put a video together about what I got. So you won't see me unboxing it, but you will see what I got. And so I'm looking forward to that. But Next, next on the agenda, next on the list, is I'm going to put a tag out here. I'm going to start it. And I can't answer any of these questions because they're about HADES, Heaven and Earth Designs. Or you can insert any full coverage piece. It's a Heaven and Earth design or a full coverage piece. So I have these questions that I would love answers to. I'd like to know what your answers to these would be. You can post them in the comments. You can do it on your YouTube channels. Just let me know that you did it so that I can see what you said. It'd be really sweet of you to do that. Throw a tag out there. Pass it along. But I'm going to ask questions, and when I upload this, I'm going to put in the description box the list of the questions. Excuse me. The first one is, have you done a Heaven and Earth design or any full coverage design? Have you done one? If so, what made you decide to do it? Number 3, were you afraid of doing it before you started stitching it? Did it make you nervous? Number 4, did you prepare in any special way for your big ass project, your back? Did you prepare in a special way for it? Or did you say, okay, sticking the fabric in the hoop and I'm just going to stitch on it right now? Or did you grid? Did you decide that I'm going to plot out, this is what I'm going to do? Things like that. Did you prepare in any way for stitching your big-ass project? Oh, Lordy, forgive me. I'm sick. Again. When you did start it, was it as intimidating as you thought it would be? Was it easier or was it worse than the way you thought it would be? Are you glad you did one? Or are you regretting it, or are you glad that you actually did it? Are you like, oh my gosh, I learned something new? Number 7, how long have you been switching? How long have you been stitching on it? And that includes, you can say that, oh, I put it up for months at a time. But if you were to hazard a guess how long you've been stitching on it, I'd love to know. And did it meet your expectations? Did you enjoy doing it? So those are my questions, and I'll write them down in the description. On a personal note, I'm sick. The best meister right there got sick, and she breathed on a cup. She pretended to cough on a cup. So now, actually, of course, she coughed on that cup, poured Kool-Aid in it, and gave it to me. And I was stupid enough to drink it. And she's laughing. She's laughing. Oh, bring that one over here. Bring that one over here. I want to show this one off. Oh, looky. Looky. This is Sange. It means monkey in French.
He's very much a monkey.
He's a monkey. He's a feisty one. So Sange, say hi to Soggy. Hi, Soggy. See, he's feister. There you go. There you go. No fighting. I'm sick. Apparently, I have not been on RuneScape. I've been wanting to go on RuneScape. I have not been on RuneScape except for a couple of hours once in the last week. Throughout the month. That's all I had was once last week. I've been on Power to Change. I was talking to them while I'm doing my cross stitch. And we did a Bible study the other day about prayer, and I now have myself a prayer journal. So I've got paper in it where I can write down my who needs prayer and what to pray about and etc. And it's going to have the date I start the prayer, what the prayer is for, and what God's answer is over here. Now, I'm not going to show you my prayer list. I could, but I'm not going to. It would be rude. Because I'm praying, it's not just for me that I'm praying for, it's for other people. But now I have a prayer journal, and I'm glad of it. And they also talked about the ACTs of prayer, and I thought I'd I thought I'd share them because it helped me. So I thought, well, why not share it right before, and I'll do my scripture at the end of the to log off. But the ACTs of prayer is adoration, praise, confession, thanksgiving, and supplication. So you start off with adoration, then you confess, then you give thanks, and then you say what you want to pray about. So that has actually helped me. And I thought I'd share that, because probably I'm not the only one who needs to know all that. Okay, finally, I don't have that much to talk about for me. I just don't. I'm sick, and I've been cross-stitching, and that's about it. I'm boring right now. I have not been having as many anxiety attacks. I had one yesterday, but I have not have had as many anxiety attacks as I have been having. So that's better. But in conclusion, Ezekiel 32, verse 2. I have no idea what this means, so I'm just gonna read it. And if anybody understands what it means, then let me know, please. The Eternal One says, Son of man, sing a lament over Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Tell him, you imagine yourself a lion moving mightily through the nations, but you're really like the great sea monster, rampaging through the waterways, muddying up the streams, and fouling the rivers with your feet. Okay? You know, you think you're this mighty man, but you're just a little boy, is what I think it means. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Oh, I'm a mighty man, hear me roar. Ha, you're just a little boy crying in the river on your mommy's skirts. I think. But that's about it. Say bye.
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 Bye.